Welcome back, cryptids of the internet, to another episode of wrong podcast, to Tales from Terra. So, last we left off, our heroes had encountered another gruesome scene. They detectived the shit out of that area, found the history of genetics in the world of Terra, and were able to find a secret little USB amongst the horrible corpse of our most recent victim. But what does that mean? No one knows. They tried to interrogate a follower of our horrible villain, but they seemed, let's say, dedicated to the cause and were unable to get too much information, especially after Shin was done doing what Shin does.
Being the good role model that I am.
Well, we're back in the saddle, and it's time to get going. Just a reminder to anyone listening, this is essentially an R-rated podcast. There's, swearing and reference to drug use and other nonsense, murder and
blowing
whatnot.
people's heads off.
Oh, yeah. So, keep that in mind as you enjoy the show. So, we start off with the crew. It's, I'm going to say midday, and we see the bar where we have essentially established a headquarters for the detectives as they feel unsafe in their usual home, seeing as our primary antagonist, whoever they might be, seems to know where they're from. So they've taken residence here for a little while, and with the kindness and grace of Carrie, the bar owner, they're able to safely detective this horrible mystery. And as the camera pans across, we see a couple of wonderful ladies, Carrie and Janice, as they go about their busy work taking care of the bar. We see a couple patrons just milling about, drinking, fooding to their heart's content. And the camera pans off to the back in the dark, seedy corners of this tavern, as we see Shin, Max, and Bison, all standing before a whiteboard full of string and pictures and random words, and one very hyperactive 10-year-old racking his brain trying to find connections.
Let's say you probably see Bison and Max, but it's hard to see Shin from behind a cloud of smoke.
Yes, he's taken to vaping. So...
It does the job. It does the job.
Version. Yeah.
So it's as we pan in, we immediately hear Bison just kind of yammering about. Okay, guys. So, oh my God, there are so many loose threads. We have the dinner party in a couple days. We have to get ready for that. I think the princess is going to take care of our attire, apparently. So that's nice. So we have the goal of trying to get to Gale, the handmaiden of the queen. She seems to maybe have been involved with some of the killings or something. At least she was after Mary. And then there's also the fact that for some reason the monster we fought in the alleyway was being affected by the Cole app. However the fuck that happens. Oh, sorry, Janice. There's also the fact that I'm not sure the note that, or the monologue that the villain gave us there over the phone. He was using propaganda from Howard Crowe's political campaign, and so far it doesn't seem to have any connection to him, other than that fact. And there's also the fact that there seems to be a whole organization.
At this point,
okay.
I'm going to hold out. I'm going to hold out the vape to Bison, or whatever it is I'm smoking. I think you need this more than me, lad.
I smack it out of his hand.
I can dodge for
no,
frame.
you
I'm gonna
don't.
just dodge that.
Sorry, Uncle Shin. I do not partake. And
your brother was a straight-laced fella too. Your
father?
Yeah, my brother.
I have a brother.
As you talk about your brother, your mechanical AI arm tingles. It starts to almost like shock you a little bit in the connecting sections.
Shock to the heart.
uh, okay. I understand I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but there's seriously so many threads that I just don't understand how they're connected.
Okay. Well, so this all traces back to the founding of the city, right? We got that big piece, and then we've got Princess Sia's birth mother not really being the queen, that whole shebang. So how are these two big chunks related? Am I missing anything? What else? What are the other big pieces?
Well,
I think you covered it all. It's fairly.
there's one other thing though. Okay. Mary, she was murdered because she seems to be connected to the princess and the knowing about the illegitimate mother.
Yasmin.
And Annalise seemed like she was going to be targeted for murder, but they only got one of her clones instead. Maybe she was still a target, but she has nothing to do with specifically Sia being born. It seems like she has something to do with the boy being born and the silent tower that was built to keep the monsters out.
The boy? What boy?
The prince.
Oh, the prince, yes.
And then the other almost victim, Kion's kid, Arthur. Yeah.
So it's this like generational thing. It's the younger generation of the founders of the city.
It seems like it because Kion, he was there at the founding, but he wasn't the target. Arthur was only really a part of the silent tower. He had no other connection with the other two events. So it seems like the groups that were at the founding are the ones who are being targeted, but the individuals who were targeted have I don't know, they were impactful. They did big things, but in different aspects. It just seems like it would be hard to pinpoint who the next target would be.
Well, we know that this culprit plans to murder the entire royal family. They said that in their very gruesome message to us. And that Princess Sia was going to be the last one that they target.
The way I see it, we do recall that the boss man of the lad that I took care of, let's say, he's gonna be at the ball, right?
It seems possible, but
Wait,
I mean,
who?
Whoever's in charge of the fellow that we fought last time.
Oh, yes, his master. Yes.
His master's gonna be there. I don't think we have to do much more work. I think it's just a matter of waiting. No, we're being paid to solve the murderers. I'm not exactly being paid to stop them.
Yeah, it'd be good if we had a little more information going in, though. So, I pretty much spent the night, DM, perusing all the digital files in this USB into, I believe I referred to it as the dark corners.
right.
So I sifted through everything. What you already told me I found was that there were digital journals of the city's founding. It's not clear to me who wrote those. A journal of the princess and her birth, and some of the things that the Cravens have done to hide things, to cover up things. journals from the princess pining over her tutor who tried to kill her and saying that she was jealous that he was with her handmaid. And then shortly after he tried to kill Princess Sia, the handmaid was taken out of the city and given a home to hide in and, basically witness protection shit.
Right.
Might be worth talking to the handmaid, actually.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, since you have been working on the USB overnight, do me a favor and do 2 roles, a tech use and a security. They're both gonna be with advantage, so add an extra D4 to whatever your totals are there.
All right.
And let me know what you get.
I will tell you. So this is gonna be my tech use. 14 on tech use.
Okay.
And 17 on security.
Perfect. So, with those rolls, you determine, you know for sure that the USB was created from a computer inside of the Royal Palace. You find that IP number there, but you also determine that the files that were being used, they were all sent also from the same server.
Sure.
And with a little bit of research, a little bit of hacking and this and that, you find out where this information came from. And you find a little bit more information specifically about the queen. You find some hidden information in one of the files regarding the queen, showing that she is incapable of having children, like just cannot for various reasons, which is why Annalise was being consulted so that she could use her genetic abilities to help them have a son, which they now have. And you got some of that information from Annalise, but this is basic documentation showing that to be true.
Okay.
But that was sort of hidden inside of other folders for various reasons, a couple of encrypted folders. But what you find out that's more important, or maybe, is that all of this information came from a server
in the Royal Palace.
No, at the Cole Foundation. So someone at Cole, one of their reporters, is the one who put together all of this and sent it to someone at the Royal Palace, who then put it on the USB and seemingly got it to whoever was murdered, or the murderer themselves.
I see. And
because your security was very high, I'll give you one more thing. Specifically because you were the one that found it. The server information that you find, you hack into the servers, and you also break down into the code to see sort of how it's read and all that. And you find that the same code that you used to create your the tech for your grandma's arthritic supports, the stuff that the head of the Cole Foundation gave you a free ride to college for, that code is in their servers for some reason. It's being used as a backbone of their servers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what we got for you there. So someone at that foundation seems to have pretty extensive information of what's going on.
Do I know anyone who works at the Cole Foundation?
Your old rival, he works there as R&D, mostly just trying to make secondary apps and this and that. Nothing too fantastic. And also, you do know the founder, through your limited interactions with him. Although he did extend last time, if I recall, an offer to meet with you if you have any other interesting inventions that you might want to pass along, or if you're interested in a job or whatever. So you do have that.
What you thinking, Max?
I don't know. I need a minute. Someone at the Cole Foundation sent these files to the Royal Palace. Also, they're using my code. The code for my, you know, that arthritic support hand I built for Nana?
Sure.
That code is present here, and I never consented to that. I didn't. That's.
Well, they own it, don't they? It's up to them what they do with it.
Well, I'm trying to think. I didn't share it with anyone, did I? I didn't.
Didn't you sell it to them or something?
Did I?
DM speaking. You did.
Yeah.
You gave it to the boss man in order to go to college.
Yeah.
You gave you a full ride for it.
Oh, So what's that guy's name?
It's been a long time. Let me think.
Yeah, he's in the first Series 0 session. Nope, I don't have it.
Maybe we head over to the Foundation then. See.
His name is Lear.
Lear.
Lear Kahan.
Lear Kahan.
That sounds pretty evil. He's the one. No. My old rival's name was...
I didn't even write that one down. I was like...
Yeah, I didn't either.
Can it be Ken?
It was not Ken.
Dude, I think Ken's the murderer. I don't know what we're fucking around for.
Okay, well, that's okay. It doesn't matter.
Next campaign, the revenge of Ken. The wrath of Ken.
So
he's coming for you. He's coming for you, shit.
I'm gonna assume that because this code is in here, this is Lear's work. I think Lear probably assembled this. Gave it to the Royal Palace. Where did he get the information to begin with?
I think that's
Is he
a question
blackmailing?
for him.
He might be blackmailing them.
Why don't we head on over to the Foundation and find out?
Okay.
You can ask your questions in person.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Come on, lad. And I'm gonna get up, kind of massage Bison's shoulders pretty rough, clap him on the back of the head lovingly, and make my way out of the room.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess we'll set up this meeting then. We can skip the boring stuff and say that a few hours later, you're able to arrive at the building, the office. Before then, individually, is there anything either one of you would like to do, kind of independently? An errand you'd like to run, anything like that, just to make sure I don't just jump you across without giving you a chance to do something?
I'm trying to think.
I don't
thinking.
think so. I will say I probably want to stop at my workshop because there's a couple things I want to make before the ball.
Ooh, let's do it.
Some devices in mind.
I'm gonna go to my drug dealer and pick up some stuff.
Cool.
Some of those pixie sticks.
Yes, of course. Let's see. So, what device are you hoping to make there, Max?
Okay, so a couple things. I would like to make some basically like smoke bombs.
Okay.
in case we need to obscure a room suddenly. I would like to also spend some time trying to connect Minnie's video feed to Shin's eyeball so that he can see what Minnie sees.
Ooh. Yeah, let's work on that. So, I think for the eyeball, I'm gonna need a hard tech use out of you. So I need a 15.
Let's do
Can
it.
I be assisting?
I think you would have to be. So yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Give it an assist.
Yeah.
I'll take that assist.
Your eyeball is gonna need to be present at the very least.
More D4s. Give me all the D4s. Okay.
I'll leave it with Max while I go to the drug dealer.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's a 20.
Oh yeah. All right. Cool. You and Minnie now have a connection. Shin. You can.
We'll
see
say you
through
can
the-
like flip it on and off. It's not constant.
Yeah. It's not. It's not
That was
forever.
the first draft. We realized that we worked that problem out pretty
Dude,
quickly.
that would be a crazy trip. Bird's
Oh,
eye,
God.
like being a bird.
It's
Oh,
constant.
in one half of your vision.
Minnie, stop doing loop-de-loops.
Oh god, the motion sickness. But all right, so that's a solid win for you.
Excellent.
Let's see. The other one was smoke bombs.
So I'm not sure, like, I didn't see anything in the handbook that would pretty much be this. So if we want to take some time to...
Well, we can always take liberties with anything. I'm
Yeah.
always here to bend and.
You're here for it.
But the general idea is that artisanship is the skill of crafting.
Got it.
If you want to try to, I don't know, make it real high tech, we can talk about using it with logic instead and just getting a little freaky with it, because who cares?
Yeah, I would say, I would argue just that I'm not trying to make something pretty. I'm just trying to make it really functional so that you press a button and like 3 to 5 seconds later, it starts obscuring the room with smoke.
Yeah, okay. Just give us another tech use then, because this is going to be real high tech kind of stuff. This makes sense to me.
Techie.
You're a techie lad, lass.
It's a 14.
Yeah, that'll do, especially for just some smoke bombs.
Okay.
I'm gonna say with that you get. Ooh, I forgot my dice. Where my dice at?
Dice. Yoo-hoo.
There you are.
Hello, dice.
Those old scallywags.
Whenever my dice hide from me, I decide
There's-
to just roll with it.
There's just one more thing that I want to make, by the way.
Okay.
A pie.
And we can say too that this is happening over like the next few days,
Yeah. We can. You can pick which one you want done today before you go to the place, and which one you want done later in the week.
Okay.
But yeah, you will get a total of 6 smoke bombs out of this endeavor.
Hey. Very cool. 6 smoke bombs.
And then there was something else?
Yeah, the only other thing I want to do is a comms system for myself and Shin. So just your standard spy movie, like tooth cap
Yeah.
thing.
We can definitely run that as part of the last tech use. I'm gonna say that's super doable for you.
Okay.
Shin's can even be integrated into his machinery already. And you just have to, plug a little ear boy in there.
Yeah. Very cool.
Works for me.
All right. And Shin, you were going to go see, I believe your dealer's name is Ball Plart.
Yeah, I was gonna go see old Ball and ask if he had any of those pixie sticks.
Oh yeah, the pixie sticks.
Put
Fuck.
up in like the shady part of town. You know, or I don't know where Ball is. Where's Ball at?
Well, he's a guard at the MSN. He's like the front desk.
Oh, that's
guy.
right. That's right. Yeah, in that case, yeah, still definitely not.
All right, so you head on in, and he's just kind of hanging out at the security desk. This is the main floor. Is not a big deal. Anyone can come in and out. And as you saunter,
I'm gonna saunter in, walk up to him, lean on the desk, and go, "I'd like to report a complaint."
Oh, okay. We got a complaint here, I see. And he pulls out a pen and pad. Is like, and what is your complaint?
Well, all I can say is, it seems your lobby here is full of all sorts of shady individuals, and I don't quite feel safe, you know.
Not safe. Well, I can fix that by kicking you out.
I'd suppose so, but between you and me, I'm kind of leaning. I've got a wee bit of business I'd like to conduct here.
Of course. What you looking for there, my friend?
Something new. You know, this thing that all the kids are into these days. You ever heard of these pixie sticks?
Oh, yes. Kind of really messes you up, last I heard.
Yeah, but I hear it for a moment, though. It's pretty great.
Okay. I can try and get you some of that. And he, on his little notepad, writes down an amount of gold. I think we're gonna go with like 50 or something, and puts it on the desk. And why don't you give me your signature, and I'll get you what you need. And by that he means either, you know, give him some credits that are on a disposable disc, or give him the whatever number he needs to put in to get the money, whatever transaction number he might need.
Does Shin know the transaction number for?
Yeah, at this point, you're used to this process.
Yeah.
You know, nothing is ever done with physical cash anymore, and we don't use your actual personal bank routing number for yourself, because what idiot would?
Right. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the number in.
Cool.
And while I'm doing this, I'm also gonna say, I've got a question for you, Ball. You ever seen? Where's the ball being held again?
The ball. Ball, you going to the ball?
The ball, dinner party, whatever you want to call it. It is at the palace. It is a yearly event.
All right, I'm gonna say. So, Ball, you ever hear about this high to do up at the palace coming up?
Oh yeah, I mean, all the big wigs go there at least once a year. Oh, 1 year I almost got security detail. I ended up being outside the gate the whole time.
Ah, that's a shame. Do you know if anyone this year's got security detail?
I'm pretty sure it's just usually Kion's personal forces and a few of us, losers get perimeter duty. And he mentions a few of the random lower level guys who he knows are going to be there doing security around that night.
You sound like a nice bunch of fellas. I'd possibly like to get to know them sometime, or at least if maybe one or two of them, if they've ever, if they're cool.
I mean, a couple of these guys are pretty cool, if you know what I mean.
I think I know what you mean. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Well, if any of them are working that night, I'd be interested in getting to know them, like I said.
Okay. So, fun fact, Ballpart is one of your specialty contacts, and you can, pull in your favor from him if that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to have an inside man at this.
Or at least I'm trying to, maybe make approaching at least not suspicious or anything. Maybe kind of prep for my presence being there, kind of thing, and just kind of get an idea of if there are any guards there. I guess really plainly, I'd like to know if there's any guards there who might partake, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha. Yeah. We can call that you pull it in a favor from good old Clark, and he will definitely have access to one of the guards, another person who likes to partake in the fun stuff, but also someone who you might have some influence with, whether it's just like, hey, you need you to look the other way so they can go smoke and then come back, or what you want to call it.
Yeah. All right. I'd like to get the names of those individuals and, if possible, maybe their positions, kind of thing.
Yeah, I will let you know that before the next session.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool.
All right. Then does Paul usually just drop off my my sticks for me at this, or does he have them here?
No. He never brings them to work.
I didn't think so.
No. If you he'll usually have dropped with indescript packaging. It looks like an Amazon package, just kind of at your doorstep, so that no one knows what it is. It'll say on their blender. Yeah,
and I'm gonna say, do me a favor and make sure that goes to Clary's Tavern.
Yeah, not a problem. Cool. Secured.
Then the only other thing I will do then is probably swing by the tavern, the Cavern Tavern, and say, just so you know, I'm going to be expecting a package. Do us all a favor and don't open it when it comes in.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Cool. All right, so you two do that, and I'm going to go ahead and say that Bison did a thing as well.
What did Bison do?
Guys at his age, there's only one thing they ever do.
Kid? Ew.
Oh, wait, no, he's 10. I'm sorry.
Yes,
for some reason, I just immediately thought of him as like a teenager. Whoops.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
Maybe, you don't know. Everybody hits that at a different age.
I suppose so. All right, I'm cutting. Quick sec. I'm cutting this from the editing, but I want you to know. Here's a story. My very first time when I was a wee little boy trying to masturbate, I didn't know what I was. I didn't know what I was doing, and I used it like a joystick. And I was like,
nice.
I don't get it.
How did that work for you?
Not at all.
Oh man.
And then I was just like, I don't get it. This isn't that fun. And then I just didn't do it for like.
All the other guys are talking about, you're just like, y'all are fucking weird.
That's so funny. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
That's never making into the podcast. All right.
All right. So yeah, go back and do the eye hookup. And...
Just really quick, I'm sure you would have said something, but my workshop doesn't look like it's been messed with at all.
No. Are you going to the one in your personal apartment or in the detective's office?
I guess I would have most of the stuff that I need at my personal residence, but I might need to stop at both, to be honest. Let's just cover both.
Sounds good. You do not see any tampering at your apartment. You live there. It is your home, so I'm not making you roll for this one. This is just, for a fact, you walk in and that dust pile is exactly the same as last time. You see that string of wires has not moved. Your apartment is secure. For your office, if you want to take a roll for me, investigate or an awareness, you can do that, and we can make a
I
roll.
will investigate.
Sounds good to me.
I will invest.
Woohoo! It's a maximum roll on both dice, which means
That's
a
disgusting.
21.
That's obscene. All right.
Gross.
So, you find, as you're fidgeting in, coming through, first things first, you have a note that was sent to your letterbox, essentially. Or it's like slid underneath your door.
Okay.
Let's go with that. That's the first thing you notice right off the bat. That, and as you're coming in, you notice that the lock on the door hitches a little bit, and you realize with inspection that someone had lockpicked it and entered. And with a 21 investigation, as you look around, you notice that they went through a lot of your files, a lot of your stuff, and they seem to have put almost everything back exactly the same. They didn't take anything from the office. They were just looking for information and tried to make it seem as though they weren't there.
Okay.
It was a very good job, but you did much better.
Okay. So what does the note say?
The note is actually from Mr. Crowe. He sent you a letter, basically
Arthur Crowe?
Yes, the politician and father of the deceased fella who tried to assassinate the princess a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
He sent you a letter saying that his associates and people that he is familiar with have noted that you are investigating these horrible occurrences regarding and related to the princess and blah, 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 political jargon and nonsense. Basically, it comes down to he knows you're involved with the princess and that you're investigating some of this real dangerous stuff and would love to be able to talk to you because he thinks that he has information you might find beneficial.
Okay. Fantastic.
What else? Is there anything else that isn't prevalent? You rolled a 21, so I'm gonna also let you know that letter came. You've smelled it, and you know how long it's been collecting dust in the doorway.
Oh shit.
But no, you can tell that you can tell that it's been there for a few days now. It seems like just within a couple days of you starting the investigation, after you went to the daycare and did that whole thing with that first news article that came out on the Cole app, it seems like just later that day, more or less, this letter came. So it seems like whoever knew that you were participating knew early on and were able to get information to him.
Okay. Shin.
I'm in my room.
Look at this note we got from Mr. Crowe. He wants to talk to us. He knows we're investigating this stuff about the princess, and he says he's got information for us. I think we should forget about the Cole Foundation for now and go see Mr. Crowe. He's pretty close to all this, you know?
Yeah, I trust your instincts. I think let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
So
let go.
So here's the thing. You guys, this was stuff you were doing in between, before you went to the Cole office. Are you doing that first, or are you going to see Howard Crowe? I keep fucking that up. I keep saying Arthur. That's the son.
We're gonna go see Howard.
Arthur's the son. Howard. Okay. We're gonna go see Howard Crowe.
You're going there first? Okay. Yeah.
Maybe how about this? Maybe we'll make a call, set up an appointment at the Cole Foundation. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's just pop in. They won't be expecting us, and they'll be all caught off guard.
Appointments just aren't my style.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds perfect.
You know, I'm starting to understand you more every day.
I don't think that's a great thing, honestly.
On that note, I'm gonna go rob a car.
Still not
I'm
quite
joking.
on the same
No.
page, but
Yeah, we'll get there how we get there.
Yeah. Okay. To
If
Mr.
we got
Crow.
time, if we're not in any rush, I don't need to rob a car.
So you guys, at a leisurely pace, take the train to the other part of the town. It's like middle class offices, Congress looking stuff, real bland. Everyone was wearing a beige suit, sort of thing. Endless
Beige
faces
suit.
of NPCs wearing beige suits with the background anime character face where it's not fully drawn in.
Yeah.
Walking
I gotcha.
And you are at the campaign headquarters for Howard Crowe. He's leading the People's Choice party.
Awards.
You're hosting the People's Choice Awards?
Oh no, Ollie froze.
Oh shit. You froze him with your excellent joke. I didn't even think to talk to Howard.
Ollie's
Crowe.
back.
Hey, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, a little glitchy glue. That's right.
That's not a thing.
It is now.
All right. So,
Yeah, I was just saying, I didn't even think to talk to Howard Crowe.
Well,
Howard Crowe.
Howie? Okay, anyway.
so yes.
Hola, Howie.
You are at his campaign headquarters. It is a public office. People are allowed to come in. He supports open forums for putting in complaints about the city and blah 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 blah. He
Wait,
seems like
Is he running for an office or is he?
Yes. So politically, in the world of Terra, there are essentially two leading individuals for any country. There is whatever the internal rulership is. So for here, it's a monarchy. But there's also a world government that kind of controls the interlacing communications between all the different countries. So with every king, whether president, whatever, there's also a lord. And they essentially go to the global Congress to establish trade and other laws that are established globally, so that countries can communicate and trade and do whatever else they need.
Congress things, gotcha.
Exactly. It's typically less powerful internally, so like the Lord would have less direct power for that city, state or country, but they're still pretty high up.
So he's running for Lord.
Yes. Which is the highest he would be able to go, considering there's a monarchy, so he wouldn't be able to just join that.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, you could, Mary.
It seems unlikely at this point, considering.
It's true.
But yeah, as you walk into this office, you see just a bunch of real blue collar folks doing white collar jobs. In other words, people who barely know what they're doing but are trying their goddamn hardest to do the paperwork and make the phone calls. A real grassroots sort of operation. They're in the works trying to do something. People running constantly back and forth, and within seconds of walking in, someone kind of calls out to you. A middle-aged woman. She yells out, "Detectives! Oh my God!" And she scurries on over. She's wearing a pink pantsuit and looks real regal.
Very bold.
Hillary.
Yes. She introduces herself. "Hi, I'm Carol Crowe. Howard's my husband." And she
hi.
does the
Hello.
handshake.
I don't shake back.
She shakes Bison's hand and
She's just got his hands in like his tracksuit pockets and just kind of like looks at her.
well, we weren't sure you guys were going to show up. We're so excited to have a small meeting with you. I know that things are complicated, but seeing as how you are connected to some Pretty big things. I feel like we should have this chat. My husband is in the back. Let's go. We can make this happen.
All right, let's get into it.
Yeah. So as you guys are walking around, give me an awareness check. See if you see something on your way in.
Can I roll one for Minnie too?
You sure can.
Excellent. I don't know what her awareness is.
It's high.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take that. Oh yeah, baby. This will be mine.
Awareness, I've got a +3.
18.
Oh.
And then
My D4s are hard to get out of my dice tray.
D4s are
gotta
always
do
the
like
hardest.
the 3-fingered grip on the tip.
Yeah. Or if you have fingernails, you get underneath the base.
Okay, that is a 13.
All right. So with the 13, as you're walking around, you notice, everyone's at their desk doing random works, but you keep seeing everywhere in small, post-it notes and whatever else, the phrase, "There will be no kings." And as you look around and you listen, you hear that part of their campaign slogan is that as Lord, he would try to convince the world government to help push for the dissolution of the monarchy. That's kind of one of his. He's not saying it's gonna happen, but that's one of his campaign goals is to push for that. And
I know, is that a fairly
is
popular sentiment around the
interesting.
city? Like, are people into this idea?
it is growing. It's been growing over the past few years, especially recently. There's been a bit of a recession. Just nothing specific as far as you can tell. Because again, you're not a politician. You're not super into it, but you know that prices have gone up. Things have been difficult here and there. But generally speaking, the biggest issue is that in order to make up for those recessions, the king has implemented a lot of economically sound laws, but that have genuinely demolished the welfare of the city-state. So insurance premiums, just general safety of individuals has dramatically reduced. So over the years, because they're making up for the recession, this sentiment has grown because people are less safe, less secure.
Mm-hmm.
But along with that, with your 13, what I'm going to say is that you get a glance at a few of the lists of people that are being targeted for the calls, and we can work that out after.
Sure.
What that means, but essentially you have a potential list of supporters for this individual for the Crowe Foundation.
Okay.
And Max, with your 18, you said?
Mm-hmm.
What you get, you with the help of Minnie, managed to spot from a distance, some of the personal assistants, one of the aides of this foundation, going over some details, maybe a little hush, and with the help of Minnie, I'm gonna say that you and maybe even Shin are able to get a peek at some more classified information regarding Howard, his wife, and their family. It seems like this aide was scurrying about, trying to figure out what what dirt is available, because they're politicians, so there's going to be smear campaigns against them.
Sure.
Yep.
And they're trying to figure out what that smear campaign is going to be. And what you're able to overhear and oversee on documents is essentially that Carol, after her son died, she went into a pretty bad drug addiction phase, which seems to have been taken care of as far as you can tell. She seems far more well put together now than, Shin does. Maybe a little Stepford wifey, but other than that, fine.
Then definitely not more put together than Shin is.
So there's that. There's also obviously the issue with who their son was and the effect that he might have had with the princess. And it seems like they, over some whispered tones, were talking about Tiffany, which was the girl that killed their son. It seems like they may have had some contact with her.
That's the handmaid who protected Sia and killed Howard, and they sent her away. Right? She's been living in protection or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, she's essentially in
Witness protection.
Luxury witness protection. Yeah.
Yeah, we know. We've seen the bills.
Okay, Tiffany. Got it.
And yeah, otherwise you get led to an office. It is extremely mundane, more beige than you've ever seen before in your life. From the vanilla folder.
These people's whole vibe is really bothering me. All the beige.
It's like a 60s mod office.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Is there like shag carpeting on the staircases?
Oh, without a doubt.
A little orange vibe. Orange shag.
All right.
There's orange and brown carpet pattern.
The wood paneling everywhere.
Exactly.
I'm about to add a little red to this decor.
But you walk into this honestly rather bland office, and what seems to be prematurely graying man. They used to have bright gold and red hair, but there's only bits of that left. They are human, and they actually have a large crow tattoo thing, the same with Shin's lotus, that seems to has tail feathers at the hand and the beak of the bird at the top of his face.
A kid.
Way too cool looking for this honestly very lame dude.
Okay.
As he sees you walk in, stands up, buttons up his vest. I was like, hi,
Hello.
I believe you are Max, Shin, and Bison.
That's correct. I guess we don't need to introduce ourselves.
You're well informed.
And you, Mr. Howard Crowe.
Indeed I am. I am so excited to talk to you. I understand that you are working to catch a murderer, possibly at the behest of the royal family. Am I correct?
We can neither confirm nor deny that, but go on.
Of course. So I know that this is dangerous. I know that you know this. But it goes beyond whatever is going on with this murderer. The royal family, they are an insidious group. And while I do find it noble and important that this heinous murderer be found and captured, I do wish to warn you of the dangers of working for these people.
We appreciate your concern.
Yeah, You brought us all the way here to tell us that?
No. It's just somewhat difficult to talk about. Behind you, the wife, she closes the door and she sits down nearby inside the office. As Howard gets a little bit closer and just like and begins to sort of wring his hands together.
Can I, real
Yes.
quick, can I make a quick awareness with my cybernetic features? Any weapons or anything in the room?
Yeah, 100%. So with your cybernetic features, you're able to sort of get a blueprint of whatever is in the vicinity physically. So you know right away that the only weapon in this office are a switchblade and pepper spray, both of which are on the mother, on the wife. The switchblade is in her shoe, her boot, and the pepper spray, it's just on her keychain. It's pretty, that one's pretty open. But the switchblade is hidden. She does have an actual switchblade on her.
Locked.
No guns? Howard doesn't have a gun?
Howard does not have a gun. He has no weapons. There's nothing in the room. Even slightly outside of the room, like you do have 9 meters of extension here. As far as you can tell, there are no weapons within the area.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't. He was gonna say something.
Yeah. No, he gets up closer to you and he wrings his hand. He just starts talking about his son. So, I'm assuming you both are familiar with my child, with my son.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
go on.
I honestly I'm glad. My son Arthur Crowe. He was a brilliant, bright boy. So bright, he was chosen to be Princess Sia's tutor. And some years ago, he was killed for reportedly attempting to assassinate the princess. I know that this is false.
The assassination, or that he's killed?
The assassination. Unfortunately, my son is indeed very dead. I have it upon good authority that my son was killed because of because the princess was jealous of his relationship with Tiffany, his girlfriend at the time. She also worked for the princess, and his relationship with her got him killed. The claims of assassination were a cover-up.
Are you saying that Princess Sia attempted to kill him?
I cannot with certainty say that is what happened. I'm not 100% sure, but that seems like the most likely option. I know that he was killed, and it wasn't because he was trying to kill her. I know that.
I lean back and say, sounds like the kind of thing you could use a detective for.
Wouldn't that be a bit unethical to be hired to investigate one of your clients already?
I don't know if you know this at the moment. I'll let you in on this. We're simply looking to solve a simple murder. Everyone's a suspect until proven otherwise.
You see immediately genuine glee. Like the idea that you are willing to investigate this a little bit, he is excited. No one has ever been so quickly willing to offer that perspective.
What can I say? The truth gives me a real hard on.
You hear the wife like snort laugh.
Yeah.
Okay. Real salt of the earth kind of lad. I like you.
Now, you said you have this on good authority. You think that a young Princess Sia would have been capable of murdering a full-grown adult man out of jealousy?
I think that jealousy is a powerful motivator, and I also believe that her or anyone in her family has the authority to demand it happen one way or another. And the wife speaks up. Not to mention, they are incredibly magically endowed. She kind of rolls like, whatever, at that.
If you don't mind my asking, what were the circumstances of your son's death then? Like, paint me a picture if you don't mind.
Well, I only got a moment with his body, but recently I was able to get in contact with the one who performed his autopsy, and with a little bit of palm greasing, I found out that my son died from a single stab to the heart.
That's poetic.
Yes, but more importantly, there was no struggling or anything. He did not fight back. It doesn't make any sense. Even if he had tried to assassinate her and was attacked by Tiffany, he would have resisted being stabbed. There was no sign of self-defense or of
Who's this coroner?
The coroner? What's his name?
Yeah, or is he still around?
He's still around. I can try to get you in contact with him, but I would be cautious of investigating too loudly on such matters.
Of course, we can be very discreet. You understand, we're in the business of finding the truth, and sometimes that means verifying allegations like this more closely to the source.
Of course. But yes, I'll give you, and he nods to his wife, and she, tries to collect some of the business cards or whatever other contact information you might need for the coroner, as well as Howard and her more personally. Anything you need for the investigation, just let me know and I will provide it. He found that my son had no defensive wounds, and that it doesn't seem right. I can't, and he grabs a tablet, like a legal tab, a legal paper pad, and he writes on it, "I can't tell you exactly who gave me the information to allow me to be sure that my son did not try to assassinate the princess." And he turns the pad around and points to it, and it says Tiffany. "I can't tell you who it was, but you can rest assured that it was good information."
I'm gonna grab take my hand out to have the legal pad handed to me. if he hands it.
He does. Yeah.
And I'll just say, I completely understand your discretion, and it is with great respect that I now will. the words. I respect your decision to keep this private, and I write the word "where" underneath the question mark.
I'm going to take the pad real quick.
Dictionary.
Okay.
I'm going to say, I understand that this sort of question can be difficult for you, Mr. Crowe. So, just like my colleague here mentioned, we're simply doing our due diligence, and I'm going to draw
A big
2
penis.
lines going down, 2 lines going across, and I'm going to draw an X in the upper left corner and hand back a tic-tac-toe board.
Okay.
You're so dumb.
He's going to take back the pad and
So it looks like.
yes. The visual aid wasn't particularly necessary. I think we all know what a tic-tac-toe board looks
Yeah,
like.
thanks for that, though.
Just trying to do my part. Podcast listeners, you're welcome.
Yes, audio only listeners, you're so welcome. But yeah, he takes back the pad and just kind of yes, we'll work out all of that information, anything you might need from us, as well as maybe some payment and blah 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 blah. You know, anything that's just real mundane, legal bullshit jargon. As he writes down a little bit of information, and in the pad he writes down, she's outside of the city, guarded heavily by royal security. And gives you a set of coordinates as to where she actually is geographically. There's no address.
Does he play back?
No, he's talking about the murder of his child. He's not going to play tic-tac-toe with you. Bison does though. He'll reach up, grab the legal pad.
Where's Bison play?
He plays an O right in the center.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, okay. Thank you for your time.
It was a pleasure having you. I appreciate your open mind.
Of course. And will you be joining the big wigs of the city at the upcoming dinner party?
As a matter of fact, I will. Me and the current lord, being as I am his current runner-up, if you will, the biggest competitor, we'll be both in attendance, seeing as by the end of the year, the end of the month, there'll be a new lord, possibly. At the very least, we'll know.
Okay, well, we will see you there.
See you there. All right.
I play back to Bison.
All right. He plays a O in the right corner.
Oh, in the right corner?
Right.
Do we
yeah,
have to do this?
Okay.
Definitely not.
Then Shin does this, and then I walk away from the board.
Okay.
All right. So,
For anybody else that's obviously a podcast listener, Shin won.
yes. So, you guys got that information. You're, where are you headed to now? What's the next game plan?
How far out? We'll kind of review those coordinates. How far out are we talking?
This will be like a day's drive.
We've got
Why
2 days.
don't we? It's like mid-afternoon or something, or what?
Early afternoon, probably.
Early
We left in the morning. Or
Yeah,
something.
probably be pretty early.
Okay.
Maybe 10.
Yeah, I said we'll go out. We'll go out to Tiffany's then.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna get there super late at night then.
It's okay. I don't think it's a problem. It's. You said. Did he say it was the Royals that were guarding her?
Yeah, Royal Security. So
Security.
not the MSN.
Not the MSN.
Personal Royal Security. And
I'm gonna stop by. I think let's go to Tiffany's.
Well, what if we waited until tomorrow so we could leave first thing in the morning and get there at a more reasonable time? Maybe it's not
I think
quite as well.
at
whatever.
night things will tend to be a little bit easier for us to get in.
Yeah, I
in
gotcha.
First years is when they're awake.
I got a lot of
More
work
awake.
to do though. You know, I've got some things I want to make before this party.
I don't mind going off on my own.
I don't think that's a good idea.
we can split the party. I'm always down to split the party.
I think let's go.
All right.
And I'm going to lead us first to the MSN, and I'm going to go to Ball Plart. I'm going to lean forward on the counter and say, I've got to make a complaint about the security in this joint.
Another complaint? 2 complaints in one day. Look at that. And he pulls out the little pad again, does the whole rigmarole.
I'm looking for something a little, something new, if you don't mind.
Oh,
This one shouldn't be that hard to get. And I'm going to kind of nod my head to Max and Bison, right? And I'm going to say, I'm looking for MSN uniforms or symbols or, something that would identify us as MSN.
Okay. Yeah, okay. They don't really make too many in his size, but I'm sure we could find a little juniors officer's outfit for him.
Yeah, something that'll make him, something make him feel like part of the crew.
Mhm.
It's for a Halloween. It's for a costume party. You understand?
Mhm, mhm. So yeah, he'll give you a wink and tell you to go out back, and on your way, back out through the alley, he's already waiting in the back alley with a couple of uniforms for the MSN.
Perfect. All right.
So I need to ask: are you asking him for a favor, or are you trying to do an exchange? Because if you want, you could get this from him, and instead, he'll ask you for a favor later on.
Yeah, I'll do a favor for favor.
Sounds good. Mark that down.
Ball Plart flavor.
What's the word for the person that you're running against in a campaign? Opponent. Yeah.
There we go. Political opponent.
All right. Then, with these costumes in hand now, I'm gonna say, Mr. Plart, it's been a pleasure doing business with you as always. If you should ever need anything, give me a holler.
You know it.
Shin, why are we
yeah,
getting MSN costumes?
Because I have a feeling it'll be useful for us. We can use it. I've got an idea. And as we kind of get some distance, kind of maybe start making our way over to Tiffany's, if we can get a moment of privacy and stuff, during travel or something. Unless you have anything else to say, I'll just kind of give my plan.
Yeah. So I mean, it'll be a few hours of driving. So you'll get there maybe close to 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Well, I mean, it's 10 o'clock now, so it's a 7-8 hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like it is a hefty drive still.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring some of my stuff to tinker with in the car. Just get a little bit of that done.
But I will have you know that you have to do two things for me then. I need each of you to roll a d20 because you're in the wild now. There's the silent tower is what keeps the monsters out. It works like a titan. You're in the wild now.
D20.
Five.
You got a 5? Okay.
Lucky 13.
All right. So you're just looking for a high number, which Shin did not get. So. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. We'll deal with this in a moment. Shin, you wanted to say some stuff? You wanted to go over your plan?
Yeah, so while we're making our way out there, I'm going to say to Max and Bison, I'll write to you. You're probably wondering what we're going to be doing with these costumes, or what I suggest we do.
Yeah.
Well, I think, having a job out there watching some no-name little girl is probably pretty demeaning for most of these fellas. I mean, imagine the Royal Guard will probably find this somewhat below their station. So, here's my plan. We come in, dressed as MSN fellows, and we'll just say, their boss is being a bit generous tonight, giving them the night off, as it were, letting them go back to the city. So they've outsourced the night, a night of frivolity, and in return they'll have the MSN handle security tonight.
We could try that. What if they don't believe us?
Well, then we're beating them up and going anyway.
Is it really worth it? Here's my problem with this Tiffany person is, yes, she's a witness to this thing that happened, but she's also obviously being protected and harbored safety via the crows.
Maybe that's just what they want us to think.
I mean, I just worry that we'll have to keep a close eye on how she presents information to us, because she might be influenced.
I agree. For all we know, like I said, everyone's a suspect. And just because she's stuck there behind guards doesn't prove anything to me, at least.
Damn it. I forgot. I wanted to roll a judge intent on Howard Crowe.
Yeah. It's all right. I think he was being fairly straightforward with us.
Could have been. Could have been feeding us false information to throw us off course.
The way I see it, if we walk into this and it turns out to be a trap, then at least we have an answer that Howard Crowe is at least not to be trusted.
What politician is, right? Right? I learned that from you.
That's a good boy.
Okay.
He's just standing in the back seat. Also, what car do you guys have?
I don't know. What car's on the street?
We rented a car. We did not steal a car.
All right. In that case, you have currently 3,000 gold to the company card, just from other jobs that you've done. Renting a.
If it's over 100 gold, I'm stealing a car.
It's definitely at least 100 gold. For just the base. Yeah, I mean, you have 3K. You're going outside of the city grounds. They need insurance money.
Do the MSN typically drive anything, like black Escalades or some shit like that?
Oh yeah, they drive some pimped out shit.
All right, I guess we had to get some.
Nothing within our budget.
It might be the basic is going to be 100 gold, and it comes with nothing. It's just a car. But if you pay 1,000. You get essentially an all-terrain vehicle with defensive capabilities, i.e., some weaponry.
Yeah,
we're gonna want that, I guess. 1,000 gold. Okay.
All right. 1K man. Okay. So yeah, he pays up 1K.
Wait, how long do we have it for?
Standard is 2 days.
I'll say, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say longer. It'd be great if we had it for the night of the ball.
Well, I mean,
Pay a late fee.
you would, because the ball was in 2 days from the last time we got together, and today's another day.
Okay, 2 days
So-
is perfect then.
So you'd have to return it like the night of the ball, essentially, like afterwards.
Okay.
By midnight.
Yeah.
When the clock strikes midnight.
Before it turns back into a pumpkin.
Yep. So, do you want this to be like a small car or like an Escalade sort of deal?
Something that would add legitimacy to our MSN story.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's go Escalade. The basic defense package, which is what you're getting here, you have one built-in turret, which is moonroof gun, and some armor. So if
What more do you need?
so the vehicle is armored. A thing hits you, it's not going to immediately destroy your car, but it could hurt.
I'll let Max drive.
Sounds good. So you're on the dirt path to the middle of nowhere, essentially. The continent you're on is Gehenna, and it's the continent on which humans were, essentially origined. And Gehenna has a very strange climate because at the center of Gehenna, the Titan Vesh exists. And Vesh is a giant, angry volcano, at the top of which is a giant, angry lady spilling lava constantly. And radiating from her is just heat for miles and miles and miles. It gets hotter the closer you get. So at the far end of the continent is this lush green forest. It's very tropical, and as you get closer and closer and closer to the center, it becomes more of a hazardous desert-like wasteland.
Perfect.
And most of the newer cities, wow, most of the newer cities like this.
That's an interesting city name.
Excuse you, sir.
I would like to be film stop.
I got tongue-tied, okay? What do you want? But no, newer places like Ascension's Keep. There we go. I don't know why I kept trying to say Haven, but Ascension's Keep, they're usually along the border between that sort of deserty wasteland and the more habitable forest zones, due to the fact that they're new, so they don't have that prime real estate anymore. But you're going just a few hours in to sort of that deserty area. It's not horrendous. It's not horrible heat. It's more like Arizona, 102 on a bad day.
Horrendous.
Sounds pretty horrendous.
For my Midwestern lifestyle, that's horrendous.
I mean, it is pretty bad, but it's not the worst. And along the way, you actually you start to hear clopping. And as you look outside your window, you see two minotaurs chasing alongside your car. So a minotaur in this area are essentially, think of a centaur, except the top body is a bull with a human torso, bull head, and then two giant bull horns coming out from the hip of the human body that go straight forward. And they have 4 sets of arms, and they're holding basically crude rock-like spears, maybe obsidian even.
Sounds like it's gonna hurt.
I mean, you did spring for the advanced package.
We did
so
spring
good
for the
you.
advanced thing. Okay.
You should have known.
Bison's on the turret.
Maybe it should be you.
No, it should be Bison. And I'm gonna crack my knuckles.
All right, so let's
Okay, I'll
roll.
drive.
Let's roll an engagement then. Oh boy.
What if they just want to talk to us?
I don't know. I mean, Bison's just hanging on. He doesn't have to shoot him. They look like they want to talk to us.
Minotaurs are monsters. They are so there are different levels of monster. They're essentially the only one that would be able to communicate with you is a demon level. But these are not. These are fiends.
Okay.
The thing you fought in the daycare is also a fiend. Fiends are basically manifestations of folk tales.
Gotcha. This is a D10 plus what now?
A D10 plus a number that's on your thing. It should say engagement. But you don't
Agility
actually have.
plus intuition.
Yeah, because you don't have the regular character sheet. I forgot.
I got not great.
Got 16.
I got a 9.
Okay. Cool.
Cool school.
All right. So with that, we're gonna call this one. And we'll start the fight at the very beginning of the next game.
Let's do it.
Holy shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching and listening and subscribing, because I'm sure you did that. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you got more clues and hints towards what the truth is. We'll see you guys next time. Do good things, wear a mask, get vaccinated, and I don't know.
Don't be a dick.
A banana.
Oh no, Ollie froze just at the end.
Oh no!
What
I'm
did you
back.
say,
Oh no,
Ollie?
he's back. Yeah,
Oh, all I
Yeah.
said was eat a banana. It's good for you. That's all I got.
Okay.
See,
good
that's
advice.
the kind of thing we wanted to make sure.
Sound
everybody
advice. Yeah.
Hey, goodbye, everybody.
Okay, bye.
heard. Sayonara.